Good morning, YouTube fans. Admiral Preparedness here. It's been a while. I apologize for that, but I've been having some medical issues. And when you get up and you don't feel like going on the internet here, I gotta tell you, I've been doing a little bit of thinking while I wasn't able to use the internet and come to the conclusion that there's a way to farm for the suburbanite or the city dweller or the apartment complex condominium owner using recyclable materials. Have these seeds here as an example of what you can grow in your urban garden. We're going to talk about in-home growing of your delicious vegetables and some fruits, but here's the star of the show, folks. You know what these are. You've seen them all over the place. Food grade plastic. Now we know what this is. This is a weed barrier, but it can be used for other things. Now, what I like to say about this concept is it's being used right now all over the world. Third world countries have adapted and they're succeeding in creating these little farms in schools, and porches and balconies all over the planet Earth. Potting soil, preferably the kind that's needed for pots. Topsoil, you can make your own. Miracle-Gro makes a lot of different kinds of growing medium for your plants. These guys, I use this one. The reason why I'm going to use the black here is because I don't want the roots to be exposed to sunlight. So you fill this full of your material you want to allow your plants to grow in. Then you put as many seeds in the container per the volume of the surface soil. You add water and you wait. Now here in New England, growing season isn't quite ready yet. We'll start about mid-May, only because it's still in the 50s out here and germination needs to be above 68 to 75 continuous. Unless you have an indoor way to sprout those seeds, it's easy to do. I'm going to go into that a little bit later in one of my other videos now that I'm feeling better to be able to demonstrate this. I do have a soil. It's not quite at temperature because it was kept outdoors for the last few months. You definitely want to use sterile soil so you don't bring in other biologics into your plant. Picking out the seedlings of the real food versus the weeds is a tough situation. So you want to make sure that you got your soil amendments and things like that. I've seen these in different configurations where they're stacked. They lay down. You can also make little brackets and things. I'll go into that in more detail. But right now I just want to show you that I'm alive and well. And I'm still, putting things out there. This little faux pas that happened with YouTube where they demonetized just about everybody under the sun and then slowly was putting them back into monetization. I was hit by that because I use SHTF, prepper, and emergency preparedness, and they feel that those are these trigger words that these snowflakes have all gone into their safe spaces if they hear them. So now I'm trying to figure out another way to get those former viewers back and get that monetization back up to where it was. I'm just about to go over 200 subscribers, and I really appreciate each and every one of you who have stuck it out with me. I get a few, I don't get a lot of thumbs downs. I get a lot more thumbs up, but I got a lot of viewers that don't even thumb up or thumb down. So, and with this analytics that YouTube provides you, it's kind of tough to see where the ones that are. We can always look at the states, countries, and that time, and how long the view time is, and how long the retention is for the individual when they do come into one of your creations. I'll call them those, and they stay. Now, some of mine have incredibly high view clicker, or not clickers, but viewers. Others have icky beaky beaky. So it's kind of tough to figure out how I'm supposed to do that, but I'm new at this and I haven't been doing it very often. So now I'm getting back to it again. And what I really hope to do is have you help me. I mean, if you got suggestions, please feel free to sit down there and let the keyboard let the keyboard on your end tell me what I need to do. I'm here for you. I'm here for the education factor, to show you things that maybe you didn't really think about. Like, I'm sure you toss these in the trash. Uh, well, I'm going to show you a way to make food out of it so you could supplement your nutrient intake and your, your save you some money. I understand, well, with the new president, just gone over his, this ceremonial 100 days of being in office. Well, I just got to let you folks know that you're looking at a different kind of leader. Uh, Over the past couple of 100 years, our leaders have been military. They've been well educated. They've established themselves in society. And now that we have the electronic age, where anybody can give their opinion about anything at any moment in time, and then the masses can digest that information. It's now becoming almost comical how, if I said to you, well, I can only guarantee that these peppers are going to be red, and then when I plant them, I found out that the mistake was made at the manufacturer where these are green. So you believe what you want to believe. Take it for what it's worth. I'm going to be here. I'm never going to lie to you in that sense. If I do something under satire, all bets are off. All bets are off when it comes to satire. But I'll tell you something right now. I'm not here to deceive you. I'm not here to blow smoke up your proverbial butt. I'm here to show you something that you could do for yourself. Like the man said back when I was a youngster, snot-nosed, pretty ignorant, that do what you can, for your country. And then your country will do for you. Not those same words, but ask not, all those Kennedy slogans and Kennedy sayings from JFK's days as president. We have a new sheriff in town, as they call him. If you don't like him, hey, you're allowed your opinion, and that's fine. I'll support that. I will go to war to provide you with the opportunity to speak your mind. But give the man a chance. Come on, he's not a politician. He's a businessman. If you go back to the Roosevelt, you go back to some of these other leaders of the past who weren't politicians. They were some guy with an idea, and then they got enough people to vote for him, and then they sat up there in the White House and tried to make things better. We're going to get through this, and we're going to get through fine. We have the ability to be resilient. You have the ability to be super resilient. So, in saying that, folks, I'm going to cut this short. And God bless everybody. That's everybody on the good old earth. If we agree, then we can disagree. If we disagree, then we can agree. But let's neither agree or disagree that we live on a little ball in the universe. If you don't take care of this little ball, and where are you going to go? You just don't get in your car and drive east or drive west or drive north or drive south and expect your world to change. It's not going to do that. You have to make those changes. You have to decide what you want to do. What I'm trying to do here is recycle things that would normally end up in the ground, and reuse this item over and over and over so it doesn't end up in the ground where it'll take thousands and thousands and thousands of years to decompose. You and me will decompose in a matter of months. The food you grow will decompose in a matter of days or weeks. But some of the things we manufacture here on this planet Earth are going to be here long, long after you and me are gone. When the archaeologists of the next millennium or the next thousands and thousands of years start to dig up where you lived and where I lived, if it's still there, are going to discover that we were smart people, but we were also about the dumbest ones that have been around since the frickin' dinosaurs. You know, they lumbered around and had no community. They did at least have some sort of family structure. They did take care of their young and all that. But not a brain cell amongst them created anything of value, except oil, that the material that they were around went down under the ground and became what we have now as petrochemicals. The sun. The key is you have the sun up there shining on your planet 365 days a year, 12 hours a day, depending on where you're planted your little tree at. Use that sun. Understand the concept of, well, you know how trees live. You know how they, imagine a tree out there that is seasonal, that right now the leaves are starting to come back, the photosynthesis is occurring, and the tree's now beginning to grow again, taking nutrients from the soil, the water from the atmosphere, and growing itself taller and taller and taller towards the sun. Engineers now are just about ready to start figuring out that they can manufacture that process of photosynthesis. Solar crystalline structures are somewhat like it, but imagine putting a machine in the ground that mimics that produces electricity as a byproduct. Oxygen is a byproduct. It absorbs the CO2 that's out there. And here we are today, 2017. And this is how you do it. A little bit of this experimentation will make you able to prove that you can survive just like I am. Save your money. Let your brain do the thinking. Let your muscles do the work. And let your stomach enjoy the fruits of your labors. God bless America. God bless each and every one of you who have taken the time of your busy life to watch my presentation here, and I hope to see you soon. Admiral Preparedness. Take care of your country. It's the only one you've got.